Hello everyone, this is Subhash. Welcome to Social Studies. In today's video, we will continue the chapter Production and Employment. So let's start. Already we discussed about what is production and what is employment, and already we discussed about what is that means the people are engaged in different activities. That means the people go to different works. So all the economical activities divided into three sectors. One is agriculture, industry and service sector. So here we will discuss about agriculture sector. So here since years or since ages, the agriculture sector has been running successful. That means there is no decline because most of the people are in agriculture. Most of the people has been working in agriculture since years or since ages, but at one point the decline started, the decline began. Why? So let's see. Already you may have read in 9th class, that means previous classes in 9th, 8th or 7th. So because of industrialization, that means the agriculture has been running successful from many years, since ages, but at one point the decline started. Decline means here decrease. So decline began at one point because of industrialization. So industrialization started in England roughly between 1760 to 1820 or 1840s. It was started and it was expanded across the world. So many countries moving towards the industrialization, and people also moving or shifting to the industrialization from the agriculture. Before the industrialization, everything was made by hands. It means by manpower, everything. But after the industrialization, production and manufacturing started through machineries. So that's why the people began to move towards the industries. So from there, the agriculture sector has been started decreasing, agriculture sector. So why it was happen? What were the reasons? So let's find out. So here are many reasons to decline the agriculture after industrialization. Okay, so here modernization and technology. Already industrialization means here the world moving toward modernization means already industrialization when it was started. So when the manufacturing started through machineries. So these two words belongs to industrialization. Okay, that means the people are working through machineries, through technology. From there, even nowadays. Okay, so people are attracting towards modernization and towards technology. So it is one of the reason to decline agriculture sector. So here fake seeds. For example, I'm a farmer, but I don't know, that means I cannot find out which are fake seeds and which are original seeds. But I have to buy the seeds. So finally, what would happen? I lost my crop because of fake seeds. And then rainfall, that means there is no rainfall according to seasonal because of environmental pollution. Because of environmental pollution, there is no rainfall according to seasonal wise. So it is one of the reason. And water, irrigation system was very bad before decades, but now the irrigation system is improving. Okay, irrigation system is improving nowadays by the government. Okay, it's okay. But here power cut, I think there is no power cut nowadays, because here also government improving power generation. So I think there is no power cut nowadays. Okay, and MSP, minimum support price. Minimum support price should be announced before planting. Here the government should be announced minimum support price, కనీస మద్దతు ధర ప్రకటించాలి when before planting, అంటే పంట వేయడానికి ముందే. That means the government will announce that the government will buy production at this cost, అంటే ఈ ధరకు మేము మీ యొక్క ఉత్పత్తులను కొంటాము అని ఏం చేయాలి, the government should announce before the planting. సో ఆ ధైర్యంతో ఏం చేస్తారు, రైతులు పంటలు వేయడానికి ముందుకు వస్తారు. సో హియర్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ కాంట్రవర్సీ ఆన్ ఎంఎస్పి, మినిమం సపోర్ట్ ప్రైస్ మీద ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ కాంట్రవర్సీ నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఇట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద రీజన్. అండ్ ల్యాండ్ అక్విజిషన్, దట్ మీన్స్ ద గవర్నమెంట్ టేకింగ్ ల్యాండ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద పీజన్స్ బికాస్ టు develop and to improve the facilities. For example, the government taking some agricultural land to build dams, multi-purpose dams for irrigation and for drinking water and for power generation, and also to provide facilities, road facilities, that means for highway roads, and also huge factories providing employment for the young youth. So it's called land acquisition. And here the privatization is increased, that means transfer of a business, the transfer of a business or industry or service from public to private ownership. That means transformation from public to private ownership or private control. It's called privatization. And attracting city life, nowadays young youth attracting to the city life, so they are not ready to do agriculture, so they are ready to leave the agriculture. So it is one of the reason, because the young youth want to do in huge companies, huge industries like Tata, Reliance, Wipro, and in government sectors. So it is one of the reasons. That means all the reasons are here to decline agriculture. So here during this period, especially in India, during this period, the agriculture sector has been decreasing because of these reasons. Okay, understand? So let's see some examples here. The 1972, and here one of the important point, huge investment. That means the peasants are investing huge investment in agriculture, but instead they are getting low amount of income. So that's why it is one of the reason. So let's see here some example. So here given pie chart about sectorial shares of employment, and graph 4 is shares of 3 sectors in GDP. So in India, if you see here this pie chart, during this period 1972-73, the 74% agriculture sector was 74% during this period in employment. That means the agriculture sector has been given 74% employment during this period, but service sector only 15%, industry sector only 11%. That means which was the largest sector, means agriculture sector was the largest to providing employment. ఉద్యోగ కల్పనలో agriculture sector 74% ఉంది during this period. But when it comes to 2015-16, it was decreased. Agriculture was decreased from 74. Here the 47 only. Here giving 47% employment to the people during this period. So during this period, agriculture sector, it was the huge sector. than these two sectors. Agriculture sector was the largest sector in employment, providing employment. Okay, and here let's go to graph 4 here, the shares of three sectors in GDP. So here in agriculture, that means in employment also it was the largest sector in employment during this period, and here also the largest contribution in GDP growth. GDP means here the income of the country. భారతదేశం యొక్క ఆదాయాన్ని పెంచడంలో అగ్రికల్చర్ సెక్టర్ అనేది ఇట్ ద హ్యూజ్ కంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ. ఇట్స్ ద హ్యూజ్ సెక్టర్ in contribution GDP growth. Okay, and then after service sector, industry sector, and when it comes to 2015-16, so here 43%, but here 2015-16 it was fallen worse. That means it was decreased. Contribution in GDP, the agriculture sector was decreased up to 19% from 43. It was fallen worse. That means it is decreasing every year. But here servicing sector, if you compare 1972 to 2015 or 16, here if you compare, so here the service sector was increasing, tremendous increase, here the 35 and here the 53%, and industry sector also increasing. That means these two sectors are increasing, but here agriculture sector is decreasing every year, day by day, because of all these reasons are here. Okay, so what did you understand finally here? This pie chart shows the agriculture sector has been decreasing every year, day by day. Every year the agriculture sector has been decreasing from this period. That means from this period. Before the 1972 it was successful, but after the 1972 the started decline in agriculture. Okay, so this is the information about graph 3, graph 4, shares of employment and shares of three sectors in GDP. And let's move on to organized and unorganized sectors. Okay, so let's see here difference between organized sector and unorganized sector. So what's the difference between these two? Okay, let's see here. So here the Narasimha and Rajeshwari. That means the Narasimha works in government office, but here Rajeshwari works as a constructional worker. Constructional means to some the house constructions. Okay, building constructions. So here the Rajeshwari works as a constructional worker. So here we'll see the differences here. The organized sector governed by the government, but here it is not governed by the government. It is controlled by the private owners. It's not governed by the government, and also it is controlled by the private owners. It is here organized sector governed by the government. So here some set of rules and regulations. In organized sector we can see some set of rules and regulations, and these rules and regulations will be followed very strictly. But here also we can see some set of rules and regulations, but these are not followed. The rules and regulations will not be followed. Ikkada follow car rules unnapatiki kuda. So here we can see in organized sector the fixed working hours. That means the Narasimha goes to office every day at 9:30 a.m. and he returns at 5:30 p.m. 9:30 a.m. and he returns at 5:30 p.m. But here the Rajeshwari goes to work every day at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, 7:30 a.m. and she returns at home at 7:30 p.m. approximately 12 hours. That means there is no fixed working hours, but here we can see fixed working hours. And job security, that means the Narasimha cannot be removed from his job. Understand, he cannot be removed, because here the job security. but here there is no job security. That means Rajeshwari can be removed at any time. It depends on ownership. ఎవరైతే ఓనర్ ఉంటారో ఆర్గనైజ్ నంపే ఒక వ్యక్తి వారి చేతిలో ఉంటుంది. సో ద రాజేశ్వరి కెన్ బి రిమూవ్డ్ ఎట్ ఎనీ టైమ్. ఎప్పుడైనా తొలగించే అవకాశం ఉంది. బికాస్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో జాబ్ సెక్యూరిటీ. బికాస్ ద రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ విల్ నాట్ బి ఫాలోడ్ హియర్. Okay, and here benefits. Here lot of benefits we can see here, but there is no benefits here. In unorganized sector there is no benefits to the employees, but here we can see the number of benefits to the employees. So here PF means provident fund. That means it's a retired, that means it's a retired scheme of employees. That means the government will deduct some amount of income from the employees, and when the time of retirement, the government will give the total amount to the employee. So this is the retirement scheme of employee. It's called provident fund. And also pension. We can see here in organized sector, after the retirement, Narsimha will get pension every month until his death. Okay, and here medical benefits also we can see here, and also paid holiday. That means Narsimha does not go to work, does not go to office on Sundays, because Sunday is holiday. That means here paid holiday. Here Sundays means paid holiday. That means he will get income, he will get wages on Mondays, on Sundays also, because it's a paid holiday. But here there is no paid holiday in unorganized sector. Here there is no paid holiday. She wants to money. If the Rajeshwari wants to money, she has to go work on Sundays also. So there is no paid holidays on Sundays. Okay, and here that means here medical benefits also available here in organized sector, but here there is no medical benefits because it is not governed by the government, it's governed by the private ownership. It depends on owners. Okay, so this is the difference between organized sector and unorganized sector. Okay, and also we have to discuss some points like what are the intermediate goods and what are the final goods. Final goods means which are used final consumption. That means we can use directly without any late. For example, shirt. We can use directly because it's a final good. And also computer, it's a final good. And also car, bike, cycle, bicycle, notebook, pen, all these are all final goods which are used for final consumption. That means we can use it directly without any late. But here intermediate goods means cloth, cloth, cloth we cannot use directly because it's a cloth. And computer we cannot use directly. Components, computer component, that means spare parts, we cannot use spare parts directly. And also tube, and also paper, these are all intermediate goods. That means which are not used as final consumption. అంటే మనం ఉపయోగించడానికి వీలుగా లేనిది తక్షణమే, which are not used for final consumption are called intermediate goods. Which are used for final consumption are called final goods. Here intermediate goods. Okay, I hope you understand well. Okay, so this is the information about third chapter, production and employment. So we will stop here and we will meet in the next video with a new topic. Until then, bye.